Hey everybody, welcome to Jen Lowry Writes. All right, it's my last day of spring break. So that means I'm going to be at the computer pretty much on and off all day in these little pockets of time to work on my NaNoWriMo project. So thanks for building habits with me. Thanks for being. And I'm just very excited that I'm finished with the project before I have to go back to work. And that was actually my goal. My goal was to say 20,000 words for the whole month for the Camp Nano project, just in case I didn't finish it. And then I would have to go in while I was working full time. So I was like, how can I, make sure it's manageable, the work that I'm going to do? And you guys know that I work one chapter a day. So when I started to outline everything for Monarch, I didn't quite know at first how it all was going to play out. And when I pulled up that Jamboard and I started doing that organizational piece of my method, it all just came together. And I was like, wait, I may be able to finish this before I actually go back to work. And so I broke the book down into small chunks, chapters, and I chunked them. And some days I was absolutely just on a roll, able to get 2 chapters in at a time. And that really helped me move forward and get the words on the page. And so now that I've got the book done, hooray, my steps are it's out with beta readers right now. I have trusted writing friends that are reading it. I have my writing group, Writing Warriors for Jesus. They're reading the book, or they have access to the book. They're also working on their projects for Camp NaNoWriMo. So they're all caught up in their pockets of time. So while I'm here, my whole purpose now for today is to read through and do attack my edits like UFC championship rounds, which is what I do in the Monarch method. So I'm pulling up my document right now and I'm going to get started. It has, of course, a Dear Reader letter at the beginning. It has 7 chapters. It has all of my back matter too. So I'm moving through. I'm on the Word document first, and then I also have a Google Doc that I have pulled up. So I'm working between these 2 documents, and I know that sounds weird, but that's just the way that I roll and I operate because I have my beta readers. The minute that I did chapter 1 and I started writing is the minute that my group gets the work. And so they are seeing the work in progress. They are seeing it as it moves. And if they want to come in and read in small chunks with me, they can do that too. They don't have to wait until, all 20,000 words are sitting there and I'm asking them, here, read this whole big thing. It's, I just wrote this chapter. If you would like to jump in and check it and see what you think, But this one is a method book, which is my method of how I approach the blank page. And I was challenged with that task to share my method. And so it's not like I can go to someone and say, well, what method would you have me put in? No, it's my method, the one that I use. This is really simple and easy for me to write. I was like, okay, I'm having a conversation with the WWJs about this. And that's how I wrote the book. I hope it comes across that way, as if I'm having a conversation with my dear friends. So now I'm editing. I'm going to put a banner down to have it scroll. So that way if people are like popping in and they're like, wait, what's happening? I'm working live. And hopefully you're pulling up what you've got to work on, your projects, and you're getting started. All right, so I'm going to set a timer. So I'm going to say 15 minutes, guys. I'll be back. Check the chat. Because I will be removed from the screen. So when you're working on your document, you get all immersed in. All right, there we go. There we go. I just said it. Time to write. I just put this Bible verse in. I'm going to share it with you guys. Oh, hey, Jaden. Oh, that would be amazing. Do you have a list of authors? That's my first question. Do you have a list? Do you have friends that you are including? Do you want it to be open to adding new authors? That can help tag with you. Community is powerful. You can highlight other authors as you move through and share your book. So you're uplifting community. I would definitely start jumping on different social media platforms and sharing out your calendar. Oh, wow. Do you want to promote your book or other Christian authors? Let me ask you that question first. Is this about your work? Because if it's about your work, I love hosting virtual events. We have quite a few events that we'll hold, and I can share with you just some of the behind the scenes thought processes I have about events. I'm waiting for it. I know, I think I have waiting for that next question about. All right, Jaden. I'm thinking I found you. I saw that. I'm glad that you have your platform that you've started. Yeah, go ahead and email me too, and I can have you on the podcast too. If you'd like to be on the podcast, I have a podcast, by the way. But yeah, oh, there's our time to talk. That was our timer to talk. So we started early, Jaden. Um, and so for me, when I plan an event, I will go on to I set up a free account on an Eventbrite. I have a Facebook author page. I see where you have Instagram. I will let you know that maybe not a lot of nice, good, Jaden. Please do. Um, I know that with your age group, you guys may not necessarily go to Facebook as your first. I know Instagram and Twitter, but you think about people like families, you think about moms, you think about churches. A lot of them may use Facebook as an outlet to reach people for Jesus. So I would really encourage you to build a Facebook author page, not a personal page, but the author page. And you can, like, right now, I'm streaming. Yeah, for author work, not for personal. Yeah, Instagram is the better I know. See, I'm a mom too, and I teach ninth grade, but, um, I'm also 45, so I live on Facebook more than any place. And so people my age that have kids, like my son is 13, so if I'd want the devotional for him, then I'm the mom on Facebook, and I say, "Oh, look, there's a book. This is a new way to reach people." So you also have families. I would, set up a calendar of events, and so I will show you. I'm gonna pull up Canva. So here's I have a free Eventbrite account, and I don't charge for my events. It's free for I give like workshops each month, right? But if you want to talk about your book and do a book tour, you could have different events set up. I'm going to go to the calendar. Here, let's share my screen. See, that's what I mean, Jaden. Like families have Facebooks. Like, so I would really encourage you to go that route too. I'm going to share my screen so you can see. Have you ever heard of this place? You may have another uh, place to build some materials, some images for Instagram. So, do you see when you come here, they have like the Instagram stuff and all of that good stuff. Um, Let me go and find our calendar of events. And so, if you're doing a book tour and it's a virtual book tour, you can come on and you can just find like a calendar that fits you, that fits your brands. Um, and you can build yourself a calendar of events. And you can set up a tour, a virtual tour. And the way that I like to do it is well, 7 o'clock is good for me on days that I'm not homeschooling. But the days that I am homeschooling, then I have to move it to 4 p.m. And so on Sundays, 7 is better because people have had time for church and then supper, and then maybe they're settling in. And so I kind of pick 7s on Sunday. But see how we had like a poetry paint live party? We're having a poetry reading event tonight at 7. We're the Writing Warriors for Jesus, which is my writing group. We're meeting and we're going to be reading our poems. We're going to have a writing workshop. We're going to do another event here. Then there's another workshop. And so you can plan a virtual tour like this, and you can pick, a couple of different times spread out, and you can start promoting those events. Come check me out here. And you can let people know if you're going to use Instagram Live, you can say, I'm going to be on Instagram Live at, on this date, check the calendar. And I'm going to be talking about the book. And so, good. Yeah, good. And I pick multiple times. I'll do like a 4, I'll do like a 7, just because it's after school, because, I get off of teaching, then I have a break, and then it's before supper. So maybe if people want to get on before supper, they have that little bit of time, or then I'll do like an after supper kind of time. I try to think about things like that, try to alternate times for events. And I try not to do everything on a weekday. I try to then do some things on a weekend. And so if you've hosted the events, well, not really. Sunday's not really the best time, but Saturdays for the next couple of months, I'm going to be tied up making trips on Saturday. And so I will be taking like all day trips. So I kind of alternated. A lot of times in the past, I would do Saturdays. I would do some Saturdays. And the thing is you could try some things for 1 month and you could take it like as a science project. You could take it like as a research project and you could try to see about different times. I mean, which ones are you getting the most engagement? And you can kind of research that. So I do the multiple live streams. You can see, let me share my screen right now. And so I have up here at the top, you can see my little squiggles are here. I have Facebook going right now. I've got my YouTube channel going right now. And I also have Twitch going right now. And so when I'm writing live, or if we're hosting events, we're having the reading tonight, for example, we're going to be straight up on 3 different platforms, and hopefully we will reach people for Jesus on these different platforms. So that's why I use StreamYard, because I can triple stream. And I just think it's easy to use. I like it. We're having a conference on the 22nd. Yeah, you can too, because with StreamYard, you can just record solo episodes. You don't have to do the live streams. The reason why I like personally doing the live streams is because, like, right now I met you and I'm able to kind of have a conversation with you. But it's good to find alternates. Like I said, with each walk that we have, we learn as we go and we try new things and we give it time. And each video we make, it gets banked. It gets stored. It's saved. It's there. And then people can go back and you can refer back. So you can set up a Q&A. How did you write the book? How did you put it all together? What were some of the challenges and the lessons learned? You could actually have that as one of your talking sessions, like a Q&A. And you can talk. So to me, I go to quite a few like different ones because I love books. Of course, I'm reading all the time. I like to listen to authors talk. I like for authors to share their process. But those Q&As about the inspirations behind the book, your why behind the book, that matters. And you can do like little pre-recorded sessions like that. I have people to send me in questions, or people will just naturally email me from the podcast, and I will collect them. And then I wrote them, like I had quite a few questions, and I put them in my journal. Then I held a Q&A. And I did the Q&A live, and I read off the questions that people had been kind of sending in. They were like different random kind of topics with the author life, but that would be a great way to do a virtual book tour, is to hold one of those. I want to share with you the May 22nd, the Writing Warriors for Jesus. We're giving a free conference, and we're going to be fellowshipping together. It's an all-day conference, and it's a youth summit. I wish we are, and it's for K-12 authors. We also have a young writer who is our keynote speaker. It would be really cool if you could attend that one. It's virtual, it's free. We're just going to be live streaming right on YouTube, and on the different WWJ channels. But the conferences are a great place too for you to meet other Christian authors. And then I can make a little shout out to you during the conference too, and I can make sure that I'll make a banner and stuff, and I'll put it up when we're going through like a commercial segment, like while we're waiting. I can shout you out during that event too. So that's why when I'm gonna go ahead and but the book tours, like when I think of a book tour, before when I was able to go into, to local bookstores, you can do, maybe you can go and pitch to your local, because local interest shelves on bookstores love to take in new work. And so that could be a good avenue for you and your mom. Oh, you are so welcome. You and your mom email me at any time. But having a virtual one is great. Like I have a local coffee shop that I love that's connected to a bookstore. And they've allowed me to have an actual book event there at the coffee shop surrounded around books. It was amazing. But after like the world kind of changed, yeah, the local coffee shop was amazing with me. I've actually held 2 events there to celebrate the book, because you've got a launch coming up. You've got that launch. Congratulations. My writing friend, my sweet dear sister in Christ, her name is M. Michelle DeRosier. She writes children's books and she writes adults books. But we did a video about launch team, like having a launch team around you to help you promote your book. We gave ideas about launching your book. You could go back and check that video. Let's see if I can. So when you make videos, right, you can go back and you can say, "Oh, check out this video that we made." See what I'm doing here? I'm going to take you to the so then we'll take you to the playlist. I'm going to try to drop the playlist down in, because there's some stuff in there that might help you as you're thinking of planning and doing your launches. This is, I'm going to pull up the share screen again. So this is our Writing Warriors for Jesus playlist. This is where we held the conference. So you can go back and you can look at the conference from last year. And then if you come here for the follow-up action steps, then this beginner indie book launch, this one is the one that we talk about, like when you are about to launch your book, here are some ideas, and we brainstorm together steps. So this one could be something really cool for you to look at. So that might be of a great help. I'm very proud of you, Jaden. Yeah, Ingram Spark is what I use as well. I've used Ingram Spark. I use Draft to Digital for my ebooks. And then I use KDP some too. I've used some of that this year. But I love Ingram Spark. And that's the thing though, but you did it. Even though it was hard, you pushed through and you did it because of that calling that was placed upon your life to step forward in that way. And people would love to hear that. And maybe if they've been called to share their story, you could inspire them to do the same thing. So that's why having a book tour is important. And so you can organize little time slots of how you would present, just like you're giving a school presentation. Think about if you're doing a book tour, You could read a little bit out of your book. You could pick a place, because when I've done the book tours personal out in the world, they would say, okay, we want to record you doing a reading. So I'd have to find a place in the book. So I already would have like little places bookmarked. So that way, and like if I wouldn't be caught on the spot. And so you could like set it up and you could do like a little part. You could do a reading. You could do the story behind the book. What brought you to that place. And then you could have a Q&A. And so my advice to you too is to think about when you are out and you're doing your book tour, think about ways that you can set that up. I don't know. I'm trying to think about what you mean about Ingram Spark. So you're talking about the payment schedule? Like they do that, like the delay. Yeah. The publishing companies do the same thing, like a delay. But then once you get into that, like after that 90-day, it'll start popping in. So be positive, stay strong with it. Like I'll always encourage you to think of a way you can take. I'm going back onto your so do you have a website? I'm looking. I see I found you. I think another thing too is to get your put this on your list to do while you're doing your book tour, organizing your book tour. Create, yeah. Oh yeah, you won't see any of that. You wouldn't even see that with Amazon. Um, look up this too. You can create you on canva.com. You can get yourself like a media kit because you've got some great testimonials. I just found your bio in your testimonials. Do you have a website? I found you on IssueWire. Oh, I found you. I found you. Look at you. See, you got it all set up. I love your website. You've got it. I'm signing up. I'm signing up. You've got a cool website. Okay, I'm I hit sending. Hooray! I live outside of Clayton, North Carolina. Oh, I'm seeing your social media links now. I'm going to go ahead and go follow you. Oh, wow. You got a good following there. So, because of your connections with the churches, yeah, that's the thing. You do as much work as you can. Yeah, you got it. Your website looks great. And you'll learn it as you go. You'll learn parts of it. You can pay for that. Um, maybe like a service or like a streaming or something like that. But you can do a lot of this work, and YouTube can help you. Don't get discouraged. Good, because it's a learning process. And the more that you go through it, and the more that you learn, the more then you can help other people and encourage other people because you have a lived experience through that. I'm very proud of that. Yeah, your website is on point. Okay, I just followed you on Instagram. So okay, let me go to, I'm going to have my friend who just made up her media kit. Um, let me go show you. Let me go show you something. Let me go find it. It's on my bookshelf back here. I'm going to show you a media kit. Okay. So you don't need the folder. You don't need the folder. But my favorite author is Katie Camillo. And this was her media kit for a book that she had coming out. And it has the testimonials in there. And you already have those testimonials. So it kind of tells about, it's announcing your book, right? And then there's like a bio page. I love Katie Camillo. There is like a Q&A page. Like what made you want to write the novel? What themes? Courage to tackle these ideas? If this is the true story of your heart, what is the connection for you? Do you see those Q&A questions? There's 3 on there. This is from the illustrator. This is showing what's up. What's Kate going to be up to? And you already have like events, right? So you can talk about your launch date and things like that. And then this page right here, it has like the little testimonials, little blurbs, the reviews. And so you could create one of those on canva.com. I'll show you mine for Sweet Potato Jones. I can send you my template too if you think it would help you. It's not the best in the world. Now, one of my other WWJs, my Writing Warriors for Jesus, she made the best one ever. But this is something that you could send with emails as an attachment because you can create a PDF of it. And then you can send it out to churches. And you can see if you can move within youth group systems within churches as a part of your virtual book tour. And you can let them know that you're scheduling it out because your book is coming out in May and you would like to virtually visit their youth group. So you start going that route too. I would really encourage you to pray about that. Or churches in general. And start with your local community and then branch out. Okay. And so I'm going to share the screen so that way you can see, kind of you can go online, like what can you include in a media kit? And then I just went over, and this is the one I used. It's a free template. And I started building off of these templates over here. And what readers are saying, some of my other books, my bio, and then kind of like a personal bio, and then the author photos. And so I started off just like, okay, here's the book, and here's what people are saying about the book, and all of that good stuff. That way they can get kind of like a snapshot of the book. It's kind of like your little pitch to the world, the blurb. But I like the way that Kate set it up with the Q&A. So I went in and I created a separate Q&A sheet. And I put it on my website too. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, of course. I've got so many Canva documents, but you could do like you saw that sample. But yeah. So I'm really proud of you. You're working really hard. Like it. And I love that you have your podcast too. So hopefully that's a good help to you. They can give you some direction, hopefully, on which way you can move forward. But definitely reach out local and then start building out with your virtual tour, because you already have your testimonials. You can include those testimonials in your media kit. You can also include them into the email. And having speaker engagement pieces at churches. I'm getting ready to do one in May, and it's not like related to any of the books that I've got coming out at this time, but it's good to be out there. And then, as a side note, I'm an author, right? That's the side. Sharing the message of Jesus to a women's group, you know? And so thinking of your virtual book tour, that could be like your next steps. And then building your author community up. So that way, then you got me too. I'm going to help like promote and share out. And then you can pop into the conference and get into the chat, and you get to meet new people. And then when people see those videos later, they'll see that chat live replay, and they'll see you too. So yeah, you are so welcome. Reach out to me though. I want you on the podcast. I've got my podcast, I've got my author calendar like right here. And I've got like your launch. May 2021. What is your day of your launch? Let me go to Amazon. May 23rd. I love it. All right. I'm going to put your link. Hopefully the link will pop up. Sometimes the links will get blocked. But I'm going to put your link here to your book. So that way when people see this, they can go click. Hooray. I'm going to go share it within my writing group too. And just met Jaden Watkins. His book is up for pre-order. I said, let's show him some love out on social media. All right, I just dropped you into my group too. I love how God just uses places like this to bring community together. All right. Hooray, hooray. Put on Twitter. Journal likes me. Check out his new devotional. Pre-order now. Got it. Just shared it. Yeah, I do Bible devotionals for families and then in my nonfiction world. And then I just finished a nonfiction, how to write a novel from start to finish called the Monarch Method. And then I write novels and I write children's books. Just whatever the Lord calls me to write on the blank page, I go to the blank page and there it is. So I'm a ninth grade teacher. So I live in the K-12 world during the day. So I love middle grade and YA especially. As a part of my job, I'm surrounded. So I'll have a middle grade fantasy coming out next year. I have an adult crime series. Hopefully it'll be a series, but it got picked up by a publishing company and it follows a Christian detective. Oh, look, Jaden, meet Ann. Ann just popped in on Facebook. So, Ann, look at Jaden. His book is coming out. He's planning a launch. He's planning his virtual book tour. Ann's book is coming out April 13th, A Tale of Ashes. It is YA fantasy, Jaden. I was bragging about you, Ann, earlier. Your hand must have been itching, nose must have been wiggling. I was saying you had the best media kit around. Devotional. Here, it's in the chat. Let me see if it popped in. I'll share my screen, Ann. I put it into the WWJ group too. I put the link. Check him out. Higher heights. The past is behind me and the future is before me. Oh, following. Check him out. Teen and young adult inspirational and personal growth, Christian devotionals and prayer. Anne's doing all kinds of Instagram lives over there. Nice. I know Anne just said she loves it. Loves it. Me too. He used Ingram Spark too, Anne. Oh, I don't purchase mine. I'll just send you some, Jaden. I'll just send you some. If you want to check out, you just let me know. He's working on 3 books right now. Check it out, Anne. He's just like us, always with projects going on. No, Jaden, no. Jaden said, thanks, Anne. That's the thing about triple streaming. You can get Anne on one place. I got Jaden on YouTube. No, Jaden, don't you dare. You spend that to go celebrate. You can gift your book to someone else, and then I can send you. Yeah, Jaden's got a lot going on. You should see his website, and he designed it himself. Anne says that so much I can barely do one. Anne, are you working your Camp NaNoWriMo project? Are you doing book 2? Here, Anne, I'm going to show you. He's got the coolest website. I got your website pulled up. I put it in there so people can go check you out. He's got a podcast too, Anne. Oh, good. Yeah, you're doing the marketing for Televashes? Nice. You are super needing a crown, Anne, to wear around. Get your princess crown like Michelle's got. Michelle puts it on. You've got it though. Do like little chunks every day. Little chunks every day. I'm editing the Monarch method today. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna jump on live. And then I met Jaden. But I already sent the book to the editor, so Sally's got it. She said she'll have it done by the end of the week, possibly. Prayers up for that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going through and she's got the Google Doc, and I'm trying to just see if I need to do any last minute additions to the work. The method's not going to change. The method's the method, but I added a few Bible verses this morning and a couple more journal places, little spots to journal. That's what I've been doing. As soon as I shared the verse 2, that's when Jaden popped in. It's a God thing. Here's the journal prompt. Every day we approach our author platforms, whether it be social media, engagement with others, building relationships, and the blank page, we have an opportunity to share light. How are you sharing out light in the world? What are some ways you can continue to share the message you were called to share? When Jesus taught to us, tasked us to share the good news, how does that match up to our author life? He said to them, go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. Mark 16:15. How does that apply to you? And that was the journal that I was writing real time. And then Jaden pops in, and that's building community right there in the body of Christ and lifting each other up. Jaden said he's trying to find an editor he can work with every month because he's been working on so many books. I want to find a good editor who I can connect with because I want to write 5 chapters and then get an editor to edit before I finish the book. Yeah, Jaden. So what I do is I will pull up a Google Doc, and as I'm writing, I offer it up to my aunt who reads all my work. So she knows my voice and she knows my heart. Um, so Aunt Dot is always a part of the process of every book I've ever done. Even way before I even started the author world and I just had manuscripts, she was reading um, the raw versions of like Sweet Potato Jones back in like 2007. And so my Aunt Dot has been with me. And so she gets it first, and then I share it out to writer friends. And I just say, hey guys, if you'd like to jump in, you want to read as I write, I'm typing, and then they can have an opportunity to jump in if they would like to share in that story with me. And so they're actually having an opportunity to read even before I finish the book. I do that too, Jaden. And then as soon as I finish the book, I kind of go through some rounds of edits for me. I do personal rounds before I take it to an editor. So like round 1, I call that the first draft kind of set up where I'm calling in on my community to help me with it. So I've got my corner, I've got my team that's around me. And then round 2, I go in and I'm making sure like I'm reading it from beginning, middle, and end. I'm checking for characterization, consistency, content edits. So that's what I'm doing. I'm reading it I'm doing the content. And then round 3, I'm then going to start from beginning to end just to read for the love of the story. So this is going to, I try to do it in a sitting if I can, like a one day. Sometimes that's not possible. It might take me a couple of days, but that round 3 is just reading for the love of that story. And then round 4, that's the part where I do Grammarly Pro Writing Aid. I use the spelling and grammar tools, and I do all of that. And then round 5 is when I get my editor. So they come at round 5, the editor part, because I know that while I'm reading, especially in round 2, I can add and change. Right now, I'm reading it for joy and for love. But if there's a little thing in there, oh gosh, that would be a great place to put this journal. And I felt led to do that. I'm popping in there, even though she hasn't started it yet. So that's kind of how I do mine. So Ann's got some writer friends. Yeah, I do that. And Jaden said his last editor charged $600 for a 10,000 word manuscript. My editor charges $1 a page, Jaden. So you can go out and price different ones. You can find one that's a good fit for you. Here's my editor. She's worked with me on 5 of my current projects, and I love her. And but you could also talk around and ask about people's, what is their kind of experiences. Um, so this is Sally. And I was blessed to have found her. Around 5 took you a year. So with me, when I'm working with mine, it's real time because I'm in a Google Doc. So I'm able to see their suggestions. Kind of it'll start to pop in on Google Docs, and I will start doing corrections then, and I'll move through. I'll get really excited and happy when my editor starts to work because I know that it's being shaped and refined and formed in a way that can be ready to go out there in the world. Oh, I just got an email. Y'all, did y'all hear that ding? Okay. And you know how much I love book covers. I just got a ding from my publishing company. Possible book covers. Oh my gosh. Hug, hug. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm. Okay, y'all. It's getting real. You see that book cover? It's like real. It's getting real. Pinch me, pinch me. And I can't. I have to wait. We got to do the cover reveal. This is from the company. I'd have to wait. I haven't even seen it yet. I'm so scared. I'm so scared right now, Anne. Oh, Jesus. Okay, okay. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look. Y'all give me a second. How exciting. Like right now. Yeah, I use Microsoft Word, Jaden. Jaden said he was also excited to see his cover too. Trust me, you should see Anne's cover too, Jaden. I gotta show it. Okay, I'm gonna show Anne's before I even look at mine because that's how much I love Anne's. Look, look at this. Okay, Jaden, you got the coolest cover. Look at that, Anne. Look at him. He is styling. The bookcase in the background. Okay, my sweet Anne. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that cover. There's Anne. Look at Anne. All right, Jaden, that's Anne. Titles by Anne. Look, hers is coming out April 13th. And of course, this title will be auto delivered because it's already in my Kindle library soon. Soon. I also got the paperback. Yes, I did. On Valentine's Day, I was sharing the love. Look at that. Look at that cover. Look at the back. And all eyes are turning to the Fae. Across the country, human teams are going missing. Love it. Okay, sorry. Now I'm going to go look at mine. Okay, Anne, love you. So Anne was saying, show us, and I showed yours. Now I can look at mine. Okay, I'm going to look. I'm going to look. I'm going to look. Oh my gosh. Attached. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to pull it up with my computer because okay, I'm not sharing my screen. No, okay, because it says attached, and then I didn't see it on my phone. What? Okay, let me go to my email. Let me go to my email. There it is. There. Oh, that's oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm hugging it. I'm hugging it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Praise Jesus right now. It is lovely. It is gorgeous. Okay, I'm taking like a picture just for this moment. So I do this weird thing and like and I keep like I have like probably 5,000 pictures. My friend helped me with the tagline. I can't wait to tell her. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here, Jaden gave you props. That's a good cover, Anne. It reminded me of The Crown on Netflix. Anne's like eyeballs. So it will be in paperback and hardback, ebook. I know, Jaden. It's just a joy runneth over. It is okay to cry. Oh, y'all. She said, thanks, Jaden. I love it. I love it. So then the answer is, what do you think? Yes. So, and I love it. I got to send it to Solomon. He's my behind the scenes baby. He's my 18-year-old. Send it to Sam, my 13-year-old. They get to see it. Love it. I love the image that they picked because it so fits like what the brand is, and that looks really cool, said Sam. Here's the final cover. Like, each genre has their particular brand, their style, their colors, and the way that it's all like they got it. They got it. Jaden loves hardbacks. Oh, Solomon said cool. Love it so much. All right, guys. Well, I have been live for over an hour. It's 11 o'clock. Hardbacks will be delayed. What, like doing what part, Ann? Is it the flap that's hard with the designer? What's tough about it, Ann? Ann said that it was hard. Oh, the cover, the blurbs. Yeah. Are you doing a hardback, Ann? I've never moved that step with mine. I wanted to make sure, like, audiobooks as many as I could get, ebook and paperback, but I've never done the ISBN for the hardback. Eventually, yeah. See, he said, what a great way to end my spring break. You got me wanting to get on my laptop when I get home. Good, Jaden. Go right. Go spread the message of Jesus. Go. You got it. Yep, Ann's got to hop onto a meeting. I'm going to go eat lunch with Sam. So good to see you, Ann. Love you, Ann. Jaden, it was so nice to meet you. Email me so we can schedule you for the podcast. We can hop in, and we hop in on StreamYard and we record. So you and your mom check your schedule. You're very busy. You have to try to put me in there somewhere. And I'll be back on later. I'm going to go. We're going to make some frozen pizzas. We're having Tostinos for lunch. And then I'll be back. I'm going to email my publishing company and say, yes, I'm in love with the cover. Yes. All right, guys. I'll talk with y'all later.